Bienvenido, episode 7 of our Camino journey. We continue through the magical forests of Galicia. We have great anticipation of making it to Santiago, and we find ourselves at the end of the world. Vamos! Saturdays. It's about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. We are on day 35 of our Camino journey. It is June 3rd. And we had an interesting start to the day. Saria is where a lot of people join. If you go from Saria to Santiago, you can get your credential at the end. And that allows people who only have a week or so to do the Camino the chance to do it. You know, people who have other abilities that need a shorter journey, etc. So there were a lot more people, and of course, because the Camino's in Spain, a lot of the people are Spanish, but not all. I met a nice woman from Ireland who came in yesterday, and she's doing the Camino as research, partly for her wellness company. In order to determine if it's a good place for people, she deals with people in a post-cancer situation, and she has been going different parts of the world in Europe to check out places. So anyway, but there were a lot of people, and it was a bit overwhelming after kind of the journey we've had so far, and especially the last couple of days have been very quiet. Is Porto Marin, where we are going tonight, and we as we can see here, given it's about 3:30, there's very few people out now. They've all scattered to the winds, so the huge crowds that we saw this morning have calmed down, and it just feels more peaceful and not quite as chaotic. So that is a good thing for everybody. And we are still out in Galicia here, having a great day this afternoon. The weather is perfecto. Started in the foggy mist. It's kind of mysterious. Good way to get things going. It's about 55 degrees, so it's cool, not cold. This is a really great way to start the morning. Buenas tardes. Good afternoon. It's getting around 3:30. We're getting making some progress in our day here. I think we got about 6K to go to get to the Abugue for the evening. We got up about 6:30 today and got going, but we didn't really finish after breakfast, whatever, it was 8:30, and we missed the crowds at first, and then it was just hundreds of people just started coming out of the woods. And so we ended up taking lunch and waiting things out a bit, and it eventually quieted down again. Had a wonderful conversation this morning with Sue. She's a Marine that was in the service a few years after Vietnam ended, and then she was in the police force in Texas for her whole career. So anyway, it was really great chatting with her. Yeah, 16-mile day today, 24.5K, something like that anyway. So another pretty good chunk of day, but we're getting there, and it's going to be a great alligator night that I think is run by Italians. So it's supposed to be an amazing Italian meal. So let's see how that goes. It is about 8:15. We are heading about 23K today to get to Castaneda. And apparently our lodging is maybe a kilometer outside town, but I guess we'll figure it out when we get there. But good night's sleep last night. Nice meal in the town of Palos de Rey. And it's hard to believe we're down to 3 days to get to Santiago. Some of our compadres that we met on the second day have already made it. And we've got a few other folks that we know that are coming in same day as us or the day after. So it's hard to believe that we are getting there. And time flies in a way. But we're excited, and also just kind of set these kinds of goals, and then they happen. So anyway, we're having a good morning, quiet and back in the woods here. There's been so many woodland walks compared to anywhere else, so it's just really quite amazing. The woods, the very old chestnuts and oak trees, and so it's very peaceful as we get going here this morning. Miss Amanda and the magical woods. How is the day today?
Beautiful day.
Yes, we are getting into Santiago tomorrow is the game plan. We had a good day yesterday getting to Castaneda, the albergue, or it was actually a hostel we stayed at. I think they had 5 private rooms, so it's small. We had our own bathroom, which is always nice. And really nice food. The woman, Oksana, she's Russian, first Russian woman we met, first Russian on the Camino at all that I think we've met.
Yeah.
And she was very serious, but she's a very nice lady. So in fact, I guess she told you that.
Yeah. After, I was being all careful not to piss her off, and because I thought, I want to do the right thing. And then she shows me the secret path to get back to the Camino. And she said, I asked her how she got started. She said she was doing this business for 5 years after walking the Camino, and she does it because she loves people. And I was like, oh. And after that, I realized she's just being Russian.
Yeah, she's kind of a serious lady, but she was
very busy, very
as
efficient.
is true at these places. People are always super busy because they're like sole owner and chief chef and bottle washer and everything else.
She's running it on her own.
But it went great, and so we got out this morning. We did meet yesterday a woman that came up to the top of the hill just outside town and was kind of unsure of where to go, and turns out she's a 60-something Israeli woman who really fascinating, lovely gal named Abigail.
Sense of humor.
Yeah, she joined us for dinner last night and was just utterly hilarious. So we had a great conversation with her, and I think we're all gonna kind of get in together. You can see here it's very quiet out here, not much going on in terms of crowds. We're in the lovely forest again, and it is a great start to the day. It's about 11:15. Interesting story I heard this morning. There's all these eucalyptus trees that are around here, and they seem kind of out of place for being here, and turns out they kind of are. They're being used to grow wood that can be sold, and I guess there's some controversy about it because some people are upset that it's displacing thousands of chestnut trees that are native that have been growing here. We are about 12K to get to Santiago. So we are moving and grooving. Here's Amanda ahead of me here. Hello, hello.
Hello.
There she is. And you can feel the energy in the air. There's a lot of people
Excited.
Headed that way. So beautiful day today, and it's gonna be a good day to get to the end here. I'm very excited. Through some nice streams, and crowds have thinned out, and we got about 10K left to go here, so the energy keeps building. It's unbelievable. 39 days, and we are getting real close. Less than 5K away. There's Santiago out in the distance there. We are getting very close now. Woo woo! city here. Gotta be less than a mile away now. We are getting real close. A lot of cyclists coming. They were screaming down the hill. We're all headed to the same place. Almost there. Turn it on. We were thrilled to get our official Compostela from the Pilgrim Office certifying that we had made it. We also got a unique Compostela from a Franciscan monk at a church near the cathedral. Here we are in the main plaza. Cathedral is about 12:30. As we can see here, there's just lots of pilgrims coming in. Very exciting. We came in yesterday. Thankfully the rains have stopped, and what an electric atmosphere all this is. Everyone's so grateful to have made it. And so are we. So fabulous.
That everybody's waiting. That is Finisterre Gate. There we will visit the lighthouse, the Kilometer Zero, the end of the world, Finisterre, the name that have this place in the park. After